In this video, I'm gonna show you if I have $1,000 to build a crypto portfolio, how I would do it to make the most out of it to get thousands of dollars back in the next bull run. Because it's now a bear market, of course. It is, in my opinion, soon time to accumulate, and maybe already time to accumulate. And with $1,000 you can build a crazy portfolio that can really change your life. You do not need millions of dollars to make $100,000. You can just start with $1,000 if you play this right. So in this video I'm going to show you exactly how I would build that portfolio, what coins I would buy, and what percentage I would allocate into these portfolios. First of all, if you have not subscribed to the Fomo Factory, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Please smash that like button if you like the content. You would help me a lot because YouTube recommends it to other people, and you would help yourself as well, so you see my videos more when they pop up. So also turn on that bell notification. And before we dive into it, I made a Dutch crypto YouTube channel. So I don't know if I have a Dutch audience right here, but I also started a Dutch channel. So the link is in the description. Feel free to subscribe there if you are Dutch and you like that kind of content as well. I'm trying to work my ass off in this bear market to make it in the next bull market, and whatever hustle it is that you have, or whatever passion it is that you have, try to monetize it somehow, because now is the time. Every dollar you earn right now can be $20, $30, $40, $50 in the bull run. That's just the way it is, right? But now is not the time to do nothing and just to wait, right? We have to get to work. So let's dive right into the crypto portfolio. The first coin that I would buy to put in the portfolio is Bitcoin. And I would put 20% into Bitcoin. Why? Why do I give such a boring... Shit, this is really not... Wait. Why would I give such a boring call, right? Why would I do that? Well, Bitcoin is one, you want to be safe, of course, right? You don't want to get a portfolio with only potential, 1,000x's, because these coins are likely to fail. And if they do, then you lose your $1,000. And I guess that if you want to build a $1,000 portfolio, that $1,000 is quite a lot of money to you. In fact, $1,000 is quite a lot of money, right? You can do a lot with that, right? So you do not want to lose it. So I try to build this portfolio safe and high reward. Now, if you look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin is safe, of course, right? And why do I say that? Well, compared to any other crypto asset, Bitcoin is the only one that shows that it always recovers, right? At least Ethereum, Doge, so far, but Bitcoin exists for so long. It is the granddaddy of the coins, right? So Bitcoin is always a great option. Also, it's not that, you will just pull off a 4x with Bitcoin. Look, I don't know where the bottom is. All I know that is, if we weren't already there, we are close, right? And from this point, going back to the all-time high is already almost a 5x, right? If you put 20% of your portfolio into Bitcoin and you just pull off a 5x, then the rest of your portfolio can go to shit and you play even, right? So all the risk is already gone then. Also, it's likely to do more than a 5x, because if you watch my previous videos, every cycle so far Bitcoin had, every complete cycle, from the bottom of the bear market to the top of the next bull run, Bitcoin on average did a 60x. Now, of course, there are things as diminishing returns and the profits will get less, but even if it just pulls off a 10x, you have 10x already with the safest asset out there. So that's, in my opinion, just a really good play. And I think, Bitcoin has just a very bright future, and everyone that's in crypto should hold at least a little bit of Bitcoin, in my opinion. So that's the first one. That's 20%, aka $200 in Bitcoin. The next one, also, you might feel like, Ethereum. In Ethereum, I will allocate the same. Why do I do that? Because Ethereum is Bitcoin's little brother, right? And I won't be surprised if Ethereum manages to flip Bitcoin at a certain point. Ethereum always also has great returns. Now, in this video, I'm not saying exactly when to buy it, right? So if you want to know about that, just go subscribe to the channel. I'll talk about buying points in this bear market a lot. Like, people are talking about price predictions and all that. let's first get the entries before we really get to the price predictions, all right? Step by step. So subscribe to the channel if you want to know more about that. But Ethereum, you know what it is. Ethereum was inflationary, right? And look at these bull runs that we had before, where we went from $100 to like $5,000. Here, where we went from absolutely nothing to $1,500. Ethereum always manages to have these insane runs. And now Ethereum, since the merge happened, Ethereum is, you know, some days it is deflationary. It depends on the volume. Well, you know what it is. If a lot of projects in the next bull run will be built on Ethereum and people have to pay their gas fees in Ethereum, and if Ethereum gets traded more, guess what? Ethereum will truly become deflationary. So I will be surprised if Ethereum doesn't have a bigger bull run than the bull run that we have seen before. I think Ethereum is going to shock people, really. So Ethereum is definitely in my portfolio with another 20%. Then the next one is Chainlink. Chainlink doesn't go anywhere because we have these layer ones, but you know, they need their oracles, and Chainlink provides it to all of them. Now, Chainlink has a very good revenue stream, because if a project wants to use Chainlink as an oracle, they have to buy Chainlink and pay Chainlink with Link, right? If you know what I'm saying. So Link is always, it has a good reason to get bought up, because their working product needs to be paid in their native token to work for people to use it. So therefore, I feel Ethereum has just a insanely good use case. We need it. And there is really no competitor out there. That's also what I like. Now, also, if you look at Ethereum, Ethereum is a pretty strong coin in this bear market. Yes, it came down just like the rest, of course. And how much did it came down? It came down total of like 90%. But if you look at the Chainlink Bitcoin value, Chainlink Bitcoin hasn't done that bad. It came down like 4x, give or take, now 74%. A lot of altcoins look a lot worse than that. I wouldn't be surprised if this was the Chainlink Bitcoin bottom. Doesn't mean that it cannot get there anymore. If it gets here, I will go crazy on Chainlink. And I think Chainlink could definitely see new all-time highs in the next bull run. So Chainlink is definitely a play that I feel I want to play in this bear market. And to get it look like, you sometimes just have to look at the chart and just look at it. Don't use any, you know, measures or calculations or indicators or whatever. Just look at the chart, look at where we're sitting, and look how good the project is, because a lot of projects are sitting here, right? But then you have to ask yourself, but is it that good? Chainlink is very good, and it's still sitting all the way down here. It created such a perfect support right here. And also, something else that Chainlink shows us, that a lot of projects, they bottomed in June and they making lower lows all the time, right? Chainlink found its bottom here in May, right? Here in May. And it created a bottom right there, but it's not making lower lows. So Chainlink looks like it is already in the accumulation phase, right? And I talked about that before. And what's an accumulation phase? A cycle, this is what you need to know. A cycle has 4 phases, right? A bull cycle, bear cycle, the complete 4-year cycle has 4 phases. We have the accumulation phase, where things just go sideways, right? This is where you do your research, where you buy, where you dollar cost into the projects. Then we have the upwards trend. This is where you still can buy into your projects, but this is where you are making your gains, where you make your explosive gains. If you haven't been in a bear market before, where you prepare to take it into the next bull run, you don't know exactly how this feels like. But this is where you make 2x's overnight, multiple nights in a row, maybe even more, right? So that's insane. You don't know what the hell is going on with your portfolio, but only if you prepare in your accumulation phase. Then you have your distribution phase. This is where things go sideways, kinda on the top. And this is where you have the time to, offload, to sell and take your profits. And then we have the downwards trend. This is where you absolutely do nothing, because if you play this part right, you are already sitting in cash and you don't mind whatsoever that the market is coming down right here. So this is where you do absolutely nothing. This is not where you buy, because this is catching falling knives and buying the dip, and then the new dip and the new dip and the new dip, and at the end of the dips you are broke, right? So this is why you do nothing. And then we start all over again. These are the 4 phases, and then we start over again with the accumulation phase. A lot of projects, and Chainlink is a good example, kinda, right? Because we had the accumulation phase right here, right? We went sideways. We have the run up. We had the distribution phase, right? Where we went kind of sideways, and it's always choppy, but we went kind of sideways. We had our way down, but now it looks like it's in its accumulation phase. And a lot of projects, if you really zoom in and you notice, they're not in their accumulation phase because they're still making lower lows, right? That's not what you want. Because if you bought almost every coin this year, you would have been broke right now, or you would have been in loss right now, because everything is still going lower. Chainlink isn't. Chainlink isn't. So this might, and I'm not saying this is because I don't know, but this right here might be the bottom area for Chainlink. Might. But even if it is, it's a big range between $8 and $5.60, give or take $5.50. So I buying at $7.30 where it's sitting right now, I don't know, but I don't know. It looks strong. Maybe it's not bad to dip your toes a little bit in it. Next, S-Fund or SNFTS. Choose for yourself. Why do I say one of the two? Well, with $1,000 portfolio, you do not want to have everything. It's not doable, right? There are so many coins that I know I'm getting comments like, oh, you forgot this one. No, I didn't forget anything. I'm just not putting anything else into it. Because with $1,000 portfolio, you can't have 20, 30 coins. That's not doable, because then you don't have an overview, and if something does a 50x, you barely notice, right? Because you have to divide your money so much. So it's one of the two. Why this? Because I feel like you need some crypto gaming in your portfolio. And if you need some crypto gaming in your portfolio, you do not want a single game necessarily. So in that case, I feel like buy something behind it that's bigger than crypto gaming, right? Buy a gaming studio, right? It could have also been Falcon Forge, for example. Kind of the same market cap. Also not a single game, but it does a lot with gaming. Man, you might want to choose for that as well. I just like CeDeFi more, right? So in that case, the Launchpad. Because if you have the Launchpad in a bull market, people want to invest in crypto startups. They want to invest in pre-sales that do a 50x, 100x, 2, 3, 4, 5, 600x weekly. That happened last bull run with the projects that CeDeFi released. I think crypto gaming is going to be bigger in the next bull run because the games are just getting better. The Ponzi-nomics are going to disappear, right? Last bull run was kind of, like, okay, testing, how does it all work? In the bear market now, we have no idea what's being built in the background. And in the next bull run, we will see how we will benefit from that. And I think that will be huge. So CeDeFi Fund, S-Fund is the native token of CeDeFi, the Launchpad platform, with a market cap of $46 million, all-time high around $350 million. So it's kind of far from its all-time high, like 7x. But we also have SNFTS and SNFTS. Goddamn. SNFTS. And that's CeDeFi NFT space, because they are also going to release a crypto, an NFT launchpad. And this token has a shitload of utilities. You don't know, right? Now, I think this is quite interesting. Circulating supply and the total supply are far from each other. In first instance, you might feel like, no, I'm not touching that. But if you do some more research, you know that this will take 10 years to be fully diluted. you won't notice if that takes 10 years. Plus the biggest, it had a big drop. It had a really, really, really big drop recently. Basically from the moment it came out. Why? Well, very, very, very simple. They released it in a bear market and they did a 50x. There are not a lot of projects that do that. So you already know how strong the CeDeFi space is, right? So they did first a 50x. Now, what project releases, does a 50x and sustains there? There's not a lot that do that, right? There are some, but not a lot. Especially if you know that most of the tokens got airdropped, right? No funding, nothing, right? Then try to sustain a 50x. Crazy. So that's the first. Second, it's a bear market, so it came down. Third reason, like I said, they got airdropped a lot. And these got vested in 4 months, right? So the community got these tokens for free in 4 months. We just had the last vesting, right? So the people that got those airdrops and that, you know, the most tokens got vested that way, they got vested now. So the big dump, the big monthly dump is over right now. Right? And there is still a lot, yes. But they're, for example, gonna sell lands. They're gonna sell mounts. They're gonna do a lot. They're building their own metaverse. This is crazy stuff, guys. They are doing a lot. And you can buy that with SNFTs. And what is the team going to do with the SNFTs that they raise? They're gonna burn it, right? So it's absolutely insane. So the tokenomics at first sight don't look good, but if you look into it, it's actually not that bad. Plus, if you remember, like I said, S-Fund itself had a market cap of $350 million in the last bull run. I think that's going to be way higher in the next bull run. This project, or this token with the same project, now has an $8 million market cap, right? I think CeDeFi fund could reach 800 million S-Fund. But I honestly think that SNFTs, if they approach it right with this token, they can reach the same market cap. So this is a potential 100x from here, right? So you can choose, right? And what you can do, like, you know, what I would do is I would buy, with $1,000 portfolio, I would buy one of the two. SNFTs is a little more risky, but higher potential. S-Fund is, in my opinion, quite safe and also high potential, right? If you really feel like, shit, I want them both, give them both 5%. Spread your portfolio a little more. It can't hurt. Or you can get rid of one of these others that I'm having in this portfolio. Then, next, Phantom. I need some layer ones, right? We have Bitcoin, the big daddy. We have Ethereum, which is a layer one. We have Link, which is an oracle. We have S-Fund, SNFTs, which is gaming. And we need another layer one because Ethereum, it's just a blue chip basically, right? So if you can see that as a layer one, but a real layer one Phantom. And you can choose between a lot of layer ones. We have AVAX, Solana, Phantom, Cosmos. I can go on and on. Right? Why do I choose Phantom? First of all, tokenomics, great. Tokenomics are very good. Chain is fast, it's cheap, it's good. They just released a Medium article where they showed their runway. And Phantom has a runway of 30 years. So they have enough money to work on a project, to pay their employees for 30 years. So when it comes to that, there is no chance that this project is going to die in a bear market, right? And that's the most important thing. You need a good project, but a good project that can sustain will die in the bear market anyway. This is a good project in my opinion. And they have the money to sustain in the bear market. Now then look at the price chart. It came from, look, we're now sitting at 25 cents. It came from, well, very low, 2 cents, right? And it went all the way up to $3.40. And now it came all the way down to even 15 cents, or give or take, right? And it could definitely happen that it goes back to 15 cents again. If look, 16 cents, man, it can even go to 10 cents, 5 cents. It depends on what this bear market is going to do to us, right? But I think Phantom is a very, very, very good play. For a layer one, it is kind of high risk. There are still a lot of shit projects, so it doesn't have the best reputation, just like the Binance Smart Chain, for example. But then again, BNB, one of the biggest coins still, right? So Yeah, I think Phantom is definitely a play that you want to look into. You can stake it, by the way, so you can get more. So, with this $1,000 portfolio, basically every coin right here is stakeable, right? Basically every coin right here. Depends on what the last three are, of course, but you can stake it. So even if the prices stay the same for a year, you will make money with this portfolio. That's, you have to play it a little smart. Don't let it dust away in your Binance account. Then, next one is Cake. And why do I say Cake? Well, I like the Binance Smart Chain a lot, but we already have Ethereum and we already have Phantom. So if I add BNB, then we just have another layer one. Out of the 8 coins, we have 3 layer ones. I want to divide it a little bit more, because if you believe in the Binance Smart Chain, cool, you can get BNB. But on the other hand, you can also invest in the biggest DEX on the Binance Smart Chain, which is PancakeSwap. Therefore, I feel like, man, let me get a DEX token, right? So Cake, all-time high was around $44, I think, and it's now sitting at 4, something like that. Like, God fucking... Sorry. Cake, yeah. $4 currently, all-time high, $44. So it's down a lot, right? When it comes to market cap, it was sitting at a market cap of $6 billion, and it's now sitting at around 600 million. So also 10 times from its all-time high. So you might feel like, circulating supply, max supply, total supply, they are not so great. It doesn't, it didn't harm the last 1.5 years, right? So why should it now, right? And they, you have to look at this. There's a max supply, but it won't reach the max supply. It will reach the total supply, because the difference between the total and the max supply is, for example, what's been burned. There's a lot of cake that's been burned, right? So Cake has good tokenomics, right? So keep that in mind. Now, I don't need to explain maybe to you what PancakeSwap exactly is. It is the leading DEX on the Binance Smart Chain. You have some features right here which are pretty cool. Swap, you can add liquidity, you can use their bridge, perpetual, I'm too Dutch for that. You can stake your cake, you can put it in the farm. They have a lot of lottery stuff going on. The Cake token itself, it doesn't have the biggest utility in my opinion. It's not that I feel like, man, if I want to use PancakeSwap, I need Cake. Like, that's not the case. But maybe they'll work on that. But these lotteries, for example, man, people participate a lot in that. I feel like, and back in the day, Cake didn't have half the utilities as it has right now, right? So, and it still went to $40. I feel like the Binance Smart Chain is not going anywhere. And then you have to look at it like this. Do you believe in the Binance Smart Chain? If the answer is yes, then great. Then look what's being built on the Binance Smart Chain. So if we look at that, the biggest project on the Binance Smart Chain is PancakeSwap. That's the DEX, right? What's the next DEX? That's BuySwap, right? Also a DEX. But if you look, how much money is locked on PancakeSwap? There's $2.6 billion total value locked. Now BuySwap comes fourth, right? So you feel like, man, it's not that far from that. But 230 million, right? It's like 12 times as small, right? So when it comes to that, PancakeSwap has a lot more users, People just love it way, way, way more. It's the number one by far, right? So I believe in Cake, definitely. 2 to go. Uniswap, kind of the same story. I believe a lot in Ethereum. Ethereum is going to be enormous. But people need to use Ethereum, right? So if they want to use a DEX on Ethereum, what DEX are they going to use? Uniswap, of course, right? If you look at Uniswap, I don't know why it doesn't say it here, but that's a DEX, right? Then what comes after it? Well, Balancer, maybe, also quite good, but it is always the leading DEX on Ethereum, right? It is just the leading DEX. If we look at Uniswap total value locked in USD, for example, you see it is growing, and it's coming down together with the bear market, but it's still growing. If you look at how many ETH is locked, That hasn't really changed, right? Ethereum is strong. Uniswap is strong. I feel like Uniswap is a really, really, really good play. Plus, it's generating a lot of fees, like $1 million a day or so, right? So the runway of Uniswap is endless, in my opinion. Tokenomics are quite good as well. Yes, it is high cap, but I feel like, man, it could be way more high cap. If you look at the market cap of the last bull run, where Ethereum was around $4,000 or $5,000, Uniswap had a $20 billion market cap, right? It's now 5 times as small. So yeah, it could just do a 5x to go back to its all-time high. Then again, like I said, I feel like in the next bull run, Ethereum is going to outperform its last run like crazy. And it takes Uniswap right with it. But Uniswap is way smaller, so these steps will be way bigger. So therefore Uniswap. And then the last one, and this is a really degen play, this is a really 100x, maybe even more, or wrecked, but I feel like we need something like that in the portfolio, so I'm allocating 5% to Nakamoto Games. Why do I allocate 5% to Nakamoto Games? Nakamoto Games just looks really, really good. They keep on working in the bear market like crazy. They have so many updates. If you look on the Twitter, for example, check out the updates that they have. They are followed by a lot of people that are big players in the space, right? They are constantly updating. Is there the World Cup going on? They anticipate right to it. There's so much going on. The community is insane. They have so much, right? Like really, just I can't even explain. I think it's best for you to maybe just go to the website and check out everything they have on the website right here. They have Naka Punks. It's absolutely fucking beautiful. They have free-to-play games. They have play-to-earn games, story mode games, tournaments. There is really a lot going on with Nakamoto Games. And then if you look at the market cap, $4 million. And yes, the fully diluted market cap is $12.6 million. So 3 times the tokens are about to get vested still. But it's mainly play to earn. It's mainly if you invest or if you participate in the project. It's not really from seed or private investors or whatsoever, especially for the people that use the platform. So go ahead and use the platform. That's also where the money is. If you look at the price chart, it's kind of crazy. It went from $6, $6.70 to where it is right now, 7 cents, right? So in price, it is 100x from its all-time high. Could it go back there? Well, no. In the market cap, it doesn't show, but in market cap, it's not 100x from its all-time high. But I feel like this is a platform with $4 million market cap. Let's just go with 12 million. With $12 million market cap, is this project working so hard in the bear market and taking it from every angle that it could actually be a $1 billion market cap in the next bull run? It's hard, but it's not impossible. And if that happens, then this is your 100x play. So therefore, I feel if you have $1,000 and you put $50 into that, if you do 100x of $50, you make 50K out of just one play right here. You 50x your complete portfolio with just 5% of your money. And if it doesn't turn out to work, then you just lose $50 out of your $1,000. How bad is that? That's kind of the way how I would approach it. Because yes, you could feel like, oh, but if it does 100x, I can better put my complete $1,000 into this because then I have $1 million. Yes, but if, you know, it doesn't work, right? If it does goes to shit, then you lose your complete $1,000, right? And there is always a chance with these low cap projects that happens, right? Nakamoto Games is the highest risk project of all of these. It's higher risk than Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, S-Fund, everything, right? But it might give you the highest returns as well. So that's basically how I would build a $1,000 portfolio. Let me know if you like it, if you agree, if you will do something else. Put it in the comments. Please like the video if you haven't liked the video, and if you have not subscribed to the channel, maybe feel free to do so. I'm talking about this kind of stuff every single day to help us together in this bear market to make it in the bull market. So feel free to, be a part of the family, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.